Hi everyone, welcome back to the month ahead reading. This is for the month of September 2023. I'm going to talk about, as usual, the astrology for the month ahead and then do the cards for your signs elements. So air signs, earth signs, water signs, fire signs, that type of way of doing it. A couple of quick things before I start. If you'd like to book a reading with me, the link is below to my website and you can go there. Payment is via PayPal at the moment. Still haven't added more options, unfortunately, because I just haven't had time in terms of paying by credit card, but I will get to that eventually. But at the moment, that's how the payment is accepted. Also, if you'd like to join me on Patreon, I do more content for Patreon. The link is below. Check that out. Would love to see you there as well. And I think that's pretty much it for now. I'm just going to get straight into the reading. So for September with the astrology, what can we expect? Well, it is Virgo season till the 24th of September, which after that we go into Libra season. So in Virgo season for most of this month, we are focused on earthy practical matters, and it's not to say that's all we're focused on, but it's definitely a grounded energy. So if you're an earth sign or if you've got earth in your chart, you will like this energy because it helps you feel more focused on your daily reality, your routine. It's a great time to focus on health, well-being, the details of your daily life, your work situation, what you want out of your work situation. A lot of people might be seeking to improve their work situation in September because of Virgo season and Virgo energy. And have a look to where you've got Virgo in your natal chart. If you know your natal chart, you can look at where the sun is traveling for these next few weeks to see what your focus will be on. And as I said, from the 24th of September we go to Libra season, so happy birthday all the Librans. And this will shift our focus to our relationships for those next few weeks or so. And how we're relating to others, how we're communicating in our relationships, our social contacts, social connections, that sort of thing. Also, it's actually this one with Mars actually going into Libra. That actually started today I think. It started late August, but Mars will be in Libra for the month of September, and that is a detriment energy in astrology, meaning that we might feel that we need more balance in our social connections or in our relationships. So we will be quite relationship focused with Mars in Libra. If you're an air sign, you will get a burst of energy with this. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius will get their energy amped up. If you're a Libra, you're going to be much more focused on your relationships, and intimacy and partnerships and that sort of thing is going to be quite strong for the Librans. Sun, Moon and Rising especially, or if you've got Venus or Mars in Libra. If you've got Gemini or Aquarius, this Mars being in Libra for the month of September is going to give you a boost of energy. So if you've been feeling a bit meh recently, especially around this full moon coming up in Pisces, which is on around the 30th, 31st of August, that's a sort of heavier energy, or an energy we might feel a little bit more tired. So with Mars going to Libra, and if you're an air sign, it's going to help with that. With Mars in Libra, if you've got Aries or Capricorn energy, or Cancerian energy, it could be a little bit of a challenging energy in some way. It doesn't have to be negative, but it just could be like dealing with conflicting emotions or energy that you're just having trouble processing, that kind of thing. But with Mars in Libra, we are going to be more focused on relationships and love. And the 4th of September, Venus goes into... Venus goes direct. It goes direct. So Venus has been retrograde. I did a whole video on that for my Patreon. So this is going to bring some clarity in relationships. Whatever you revisited in the last few weeks or so, or since the end of July, whatever you had to tie up that was like something from the past for some people, you had to let go of a relationship, or you had to experience some karmic situation in a relationship. Some people may have gone deeper into relationships if they were already pre-existing in your life. Whatever that energy is around your relationships, after the 4th of September, there is going to be a bit of clarity moving forward. And if you've had confusion, you should feel clarity, or some decision was made and moving forward with relationships then. And from the 5th of September, Jupiter is retrograde from 15 degrees of Taurus. It goes retrograde. This continues until the 31st of December. So it's actually a long you know, when Jupiter goes retrograde, it lasts a while. And also keep in mind, I mentioned this last month, we are in a Mercury retrograde phase. I did talk about this on my Patreon. I talked about this a couple of times. I talked about this in the last month's video. So if you missed that, go back to the August video, which is the previous video on my channel, if you wanted to understand about the Mercury retrograde in Virgo, because I won't repeat myself. I already went through it, but basically it will be retrograde until the 15th. So it goes direct at the same time that Jupiter goes retrograde. So that's interesting. And then on the 14th of September, we have a new moon in Virgo. So more Virgo energy. And this is going to be opposite Neptune, trine Uranus, trine Jupiter. Interesting mix with the opposition to Neptune. Just be careful of rose-colored glasses, especially in love or even in work situations. You know, sort of ignoring things that you probably need to look at could come up, you know, or you could find yourself sweeping things under the carpet because you're like, I can't deal with this right now. It's a bit too much for me. Watch out for addictive energy or addictive behaviors around the 14th of September with that new moon in Virgo. It does focus on Virgo themes, which is workplace, health and routine. Might be feeling a bit more tired with that opposition to Neptune, but there could be some breakthrough for some with the trine to Uranus and the trine to Jupiter, especially if you've got Earth in your chart, especially if you've got Taurus or Capricorn, around 21 degrees where that new moon is. So there's, you know, a new beginning there. You could want to declutter leading up to the new moon. That could help, like getting rid of old things to shift the energy and open things up. And then moving on, sorry, I said about the Mercury direct. It was Mercury goes direct on the 16th of September at 8 degrees of Virgo. I meant to say that. And then September 29th, at the end of the month, there is a full moon in Aries. So we end the month with a boom of the full moon in Aries, which is a very strong energy. When the moon is full in Aries, the energy is very intense. It can be very emotional, but kind of in a edgy kind of way. People's tempers can be more on edge. So watch out for that, especially if you've got anything around 6 degrees of Aries. That's personal, like Sun, Moon, Venus, Mars in particular. If you've got anything those degrees also in Libra, Cancer or Capricorn, you could feel tense under that full moon on the 29th of September. It is an energy of single-mindedness, and if you're really focused on something, it can be quite good. But if you feel you're very emotional and some anger with that emotion, it could be a difficult energy. So I'd say slow down if you're dealing with something like that emotionally, some difficult emotions. Don't rush to force a situation or make a decision because it could really backfire on you. This energy is good, as I said, if you're focused, you know what you're doing, you're very decisive, and it's in a positive way. But if there's negative emotion associated to it, just be more cautious, and sort of that's why it helps to be self-aware. So that's the stuff for the astrology for the month ahead. I'm going to get to the cards next and see what's coming up for each sign, for each sign's element. Okay, so first we're going to do the fire signs. All right, so that will be Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. I'm going to start with tarot and do a couple of different oracle cards. This is for the month of September. What are the energies around the fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius? What's coming up for you guys? I did feel something there, yep. Actually, no, it's this one. I'm going to swap. Okay. We have the Messenger, Page of Swords. So for fire signs, you actually have some news of importance coming through. It can also be an important email, text message, phone call, possibly hearing from a sibling I'm getting as well. So that's interesting. I might actually do a couple of tarot cards. I feel like we need to see something else from the tarot. So what else for the fire signs for the month of September? I just heard good news, so there's some good news coming in for some of you, which is great, and for some of you, there's some kind of news from a sibling. Okay, sorry, I just put my mobile phone on silent 1 second. Oh, goodness. Sorry, guys. All right. Done. Okay, so we have the Nine of Pentacles here for the fire sign. So it's a pretty good card. It's a pretty positive card. What I'm actually getting from this for the fire signs is you have some time at some stage this month of September to do the things that you want to do. This can represent like a single person. So I also interpret this card as being like having time on your own to do in a good way, like not feeling lonely. It's not like the Hermit where it's like you're kind of forced in a way to kind of go your own way on something. This is different. This feels like you have time on your hands to do more of the things that you enjoy, to slow down, to smell the roses, to enjoy. and to like slow the pace down a little bit is what I'm getting. Okay, let's have a look at the other cards. Fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sag for September. Ooh, jumping card. Okay, great. So you have the Sun in Taurus, practicalities with the number 2 here. It says boost self-worth and finances. Okay, what I'm getting is you might be saving some money at this time, or feeling like you're able to save a little bit, or actually spend on things that feel more of an indulgence as well. So it's going to be, it's interesting because they seem very contradictory, those two things, but I kind of feel like this would be, if you had extra money at your disposal, that you can save a little bit and spend on things that are indulgences or things that you really want to spend money on, for some of you. For others, it feels like you're having to be a bit cautious of your spending. So there's different messages here for different fire signs, different people. Being a bit cautious of your spending, it's like waiting or holding off before you feel like you can go forward with something financially. This relates to as well with that Venus going direct from the 4th of September in Leo, because you might have felt like you had to hold off and wait until you actually made a big purchase about something, or you were uncertain about what you really wanted around how to utilize finances next in some way or in some aspect, or how you're going to, with Taurus, go forward with your stability. So it could even relate to like moving home, like where you're going to move to in the future and how you're going to put money towards that. I feel like there's something about moving but planning for it, not so much necessarily doing it this month. All right, let's go one more card for the fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sag for September. This one's popping out. Interesting. Stepping into stillness, my power is born in the majesty of silence. So again, I said at the beginning of the reading, you're going to have a bit more time for yourself. And it feels like that here. It's like taking time to contemplate, to think and process your thoughts, and more space around you. It's like if things have been really hectic in the previous months, there is this feeling of slowing down here. And I also get that with the Nine of Pentacles and also the Taurus. Taurus is about slowing down and smelling the roses. So is this card. So you have that quite strongly here. And then again, so I don't think it's going to be necessarily like a month where there's nothing happening. I just feel like it's more, the energy is more on your terms, like what you want to do, what you feel like doing, not what you have to do. Let's look at the Astro dice. You have Aries, which is interesting, 10th house, because we're doing the fire signs. The Sun in Aries, 10th house. Well, that's very good for your personal goals and achieving things related to personal goals. You also have Pisces come up here, so you might be dealing with a Pisces, or you may be dreaming of future holidays, future trips that you want to take, something about travel I'm getting here as well, and also like imagination as well. Your imagination is being sparked this month because you have more time to go there in your mind, and you might also feel like you have more time to think about, with the Aries Sun and the 10th house, like what it is that you want or where you're headed in the future. Like what with Pisces, it's like dreaming about what your future might be. And if you've been wanting to hear from someone in the month of September, you will be hearing from them here. I'm getting with the Page of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles. This can be also romantic communication for some. Like for some of you, if there's someone that, you know, is somewhat at a distance to you, like traveling, if they're traveling or if they're overseas, or if you haven't heard from someone that you want to hear from, you'll be hearing from them this month is what I'm getting. Okay. But there is a lot of focus on your work as well and your career with these, and your goals for the future and working towards something. Romantic energy comes up as well for some of you, but not all of you is what I'm getting. Okay, let's move on. That was interesting. Okay, so next is for the, I might do the water signs actually. Let's do the water signs next. So that will be for Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Water signs for September. What is the energy? The Tower, okay, not the best card, and the Three of Wands. Okay, so I'm going to start with the tarot cards first and just really focus on those, and then I'll get to the other cards, and then I'll read them all together at the end. So for the water signs for this month, this is a pretty intense energy for Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancerians. It's like this could be here talking about something that it's either something for some of you is ending this month, and then you're looking to what's next for you, what your future plans are. For others, it's like there's something about a situation around you, whether it's your environment, the city you live in, your work situation, your goals, that you're thinking, you know what, I don't see this working if I stay here in this city, in this work situation long term. I really feel I need to branch out. And that is definitely what looks like it's on your mind this month. Let's get some astro dice on this. You have the moon, Gemini. So being undecided about your situation. Moon can be home life. So maybe you're thinking, you know, where I'm living or where I want to live in the future is coming up for questioning in the month of September. And 11th house, Libra, your wishes and dreams, especially around relationships and future relationships. Like, or if you're in a relationship, it's like, where are we gonna live in the future? Where are we gonna be situated? And also, some of you might be questioning an issue around friendship or a friendship. That's coming up very strongly here for the water signs. Like someone that you were connected to in the past, that you had a strong connection to. Could even be dealing with an air sign, okay, for you guys, Gemini or Libra. You had an attachment to this person, but you're actually looking to your future now, moving on. And that could even be to do with what happened with the Venus retrograde we've been having, which finishes on September 4th. Moving away from old paradigms in relationships, moving towards your future. There's a lot of change here is what I'm seeing. So let's have a look at the other cards for the water signs. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Accepting what is. Yeah, I accept and embrace my inner majesty. This is a really strong card. It's like, in one way, there's a need to accept what is and what was, and that some things were just lessons and that you just had to move past those things. I do get the word healing with this. So for the water signs, you may be going through some healing around something that was troubling from your past. I feel like it could be to do with a relationship or a family member. For some of you, it's a sibling. For some people, it's a relationship. Someone that you idealized and put on a pedestal. For others, it's something to do with location and moving into a new future and accepting that that is something that you've been feeling, that you really want to go towards change. And so this seems to be all the stuff that's on your mind. For some of you, might be leaving a job as well. Oh, interesting. I said job. We have Capricorn in the 10th house, which is totally about career and job. So for some of the water signs, there is going to be a change with career. And that could be something that you've been wanting because you want progression. You don't want to stay stuck. Capricorn energy is all about the progress and about going up to higher levels and you know, also seeking that level of authority and achievement. And, you know, if you're in a job situation, water signs, where you're not feeling that there's progress, this is going to be feeling very frustrating this month, and you're going to go towards some change here is what I'm feeling on some level. So it does say working diligently towards your goals. So for some of you, maybe really knuckling down and focusing on your goals, your aspirations, your career development. And some of you may achieve something this month as well with the Capricorn coming up there. Okay, moving on to the earth signs. So that's for Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn. All right, so for September, what do we have for Taurus, Virgo? Saw the sun there. That's a good sign. Earth signs. We've had some hard cards recently because I'm an earth sign. I'm like so tired of seeing that 5 of Cups, I tell you. Oh, we have a good card, the Taurus card. How interesting. So Taurus gets highlighted in this reading, but doesn't mean that the other signs are not just as important. So don't think that. But this can also indicate for the earth signs this month a commitment or going to another level in a relationship with the Hierophant, a relationship that has both the spiritual and the earthly. There's a grounding energy here. This is about authority as well. So, you know, for some earth signs, it can be a commitment in a relationship or a stabilizing of a relationship, or, you know, going into a more spiritual aspect of your relationship as well with somebody. So let's look out for another card for the earth signs. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It is Virgo season until September 24th, so happy birthday to all those Virgos. Mercury is still retrograde in your sign till the 16th though. We also have a male energy here, the Knight of Wands, which can be someone that has strong fiery energy, passionate energy. It does look like relationship is coming up here. So for the earth signs, you'll be hearing, if you're single, you'll be hearing from somebody that has very fiery energy. So they could have fire as a strong, you know, feature of their astrology chart. But what this is saying to me is that it looks like there is a relationship going deeper, and if you're already in a relationship, it looks like it's going deeper as well. So there's a lot of passionate energy here, commitment energy. And I was just talking about to the Virgos as well. So Virgos, you've got the new moon in your sign on the 14th of September. So that's a new beginning in some way for you. And don't forget that Mercury is retrograde in your sign till the 16th of September. So you might feel, unless you've got Mercury retrograde in your natal chart, you might feel the energy is a bit wonky. Pay attention to the details, double check information, especially if you're traveling. I didn't mean to get more cards, I was just shuffling the wrong deck. Okay, so we're looking at some other cards now. So let's have a look what else is there this month of September for Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, September. Manifesting dreams, love it. My dreams are coming true. What a beautiful card. Look at the cornucopia there. That's showing there is abundance coming in some way. So it can be material, it can be financial, it can be support, it can be on the receiving end of extra things. You know, someone gives you a gift, or you know, you feel like you're in the flow of abundance this month. This is a beautiful card, actually. It's very reassuring and very positive. And the earth signs are very connected to the energy of drawing in what you need in terms, especially Capricorn's like resources, and Taurus is like the earthly, you know, pleasures and abundance. And, you know, Virgo is more about that productivity that comes when you have all the things that you need, that you can be productive, you know. So it looks like the energy is very good for relationships and for manifesting this month for earth signs. This is looking really good. The earth signs have not had the best readings recently, so I'm really happy to see that. What else is there for earth signs? Oh, Virgo. This is the sign that I was mostly talking to. Don't you love that? So we have the eclipse in Virgo card. It says choose duties and responsibilities carefully. Reorganization. That makes a lot of sense with Mercury being retrograde, and it's about redoing things and reorganizing and restructuring things and revisiting things. So Virgos again come up. So I'm going to roll the Astro dice and see what else comes up. But this could be for, I mean, obviously it's for all the earth signs, but specifically for Virgo, there might be something changing, especially Virgo rising, sun and moon, in your working life, in your routine, in the way that you're running your routine, the way that you're structuring your daily routine. You might be incorporating like a new structure and thinking to yourself, this is actually working better for me, doing things like this instead of the old way. Virgo is all about what you can improve, like improving the practical things in your life. So there's something that you're reorganizing that's actually going to work better for you this month, which I love. All right, let's see earth signs. What else for this month of September? Sagittarius, third house, Neptune, Scorpio. Wow, a lot of energy here. Okay, so with the Sagittarius third house, this can be a lot of communication on the daily. So like a lot going on day to day, very busy, jam-packed routine, you know, day to day, week to week this month. And it could be a bit overwhelming for you at times. You might just feel every day there's so many things to do and it's just a bit too much. So try to slow down if you can, or have that structure, or this, you know, maybe with this reorganization card, you're going to create a new structure to your routine that makes you feel more in control and less overwhelmed. It is also here, you know, Sagittarius energy with third house is not a great energy. It doesn't really work well. They're kind of opposites. So because the third house is Gemini energy, right? So, you know, and those two are opposite signs. So it can be overwhelmed on the mental level, like too much mental stimulation, like being on your phone too much, your mind being too active. I would say get outdoors, get into nature with this energy for sure to help slow down the nervous system. The Neptune Scorpio is saying you're very intuitive this month. So really trust your gut feeling on things, because you're going to feel certain things on a deeper level. You may not speak about it or tell anyone about it necessarily. It's kind of like what you're just feeling. And the advice is to really listen to that, because it's going to be accurate to what is going on a deeper level. Interesting. All right, moving on. Lastly, to the air signs. I need to sip my tea first, 1 second. Okay, so air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius for the month of September. Wow, straight away with the Ace of Pentacles. Amazing. So money's coming in, or money's flowing in your life, and you know, it's a new beginning, and the aces are always like a new beginning, a new start. This is showing you that the month of September is a very powerful month for the air signs, where there's something new beginning. Oh wow, you have the moon. Okay, so with this new beginning, you might feel in some ways that there's so many potentials out there, so many different ways you could go with something, you know, and it's like, oh, what do I choose? The moon is about, it's Pisces energy, so that's actually interesting, because we're just having, if I'm looking at the end of August going into the beginning of September, that full moon in Pisces. So I talked about that last month, obviously, since it was for last month. But that energy could drag a little bit into the first week of September for you. Even though I'm talking to air signs here, the Pisces full moon would have squared to Gemini placements. So just for the Geminis in particular, this might be something where you might feel a little bit heavy or confused, or just at the beginning of the month, but then things will get better as you go further into September. It can also be that with this Ace of Pentacles and the moon, you know, if there's been something about extra money coming into your life, you may feel like you have to be careful who you tell about that, because of, you know, I'm hearing secrecy here, and it doesn't mean that you're being secretive for no reason. Like, there must be a reason for it, is what I'm getting. You might have had a pay rise, or you might be also, you know, either you've received money, you've got a pay rise coming, you've got someone gifting you extra money. It's something where you don't want to tell everybody about it, like, you know, which is fair enough, but obviously it goes without saying. But it might be because there's certain people around you that would cause drama or misunderstand or not get it, that what's going on in terms of this new beginning for you and how important it is for your life. So this is a really significant energy here. Also, for some of you, you might have this, I'm talking to other air signs now, I feel like this is a separate message. You might have some confusion about how to apply a change with regards to your career. So there could be something that you want to start, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but and it's requiring something of focus with finances, like a commitment, you know, and it could be like, okay, I want to start a business, but I know I need to commit to this 100%, and you might feel unsure as to whether you can start yet. You might feel like you have to wait, or you might feel like I'm listening to my intuition as to when I'm going to go forward. That's what I'm getting. For some of you, I just heard a mystery around finances. So some of you may receive money and not know where it came from, or you might get like some money come through to your bank account and you'll be like really confused, thinking, where did this money come from? I need to go into my account and see. That might be just a side message. Let's see what else is happening for you guys in September for the air signs. New beginning. I was just talking about that. That's amazing to me, because I was literally saying this. I mean, it's an ace. It's a new beginning. So it also says on the top of the card, leap of faith. Aries is about passion, going forward, having the courage to go forward to a new path. Very strong destined new beginning energy. Let's have a look from this deck what else there is from the Gateway Oracle. Wow, mending bridges. I heal rifts. I'm a mender. There might be somebody from your past air signs that you're thinking of, that you feel like if there was harsh energy between you, or some problems or difficulties, that you just want to heal that so that you can move forward, because it might be energetically holding you back. For some, I'm hearing goodbye, like saying goodbye to somebody or having a closure around a connection. Look, that's not for everybody. That might be one person. I'm also getting for others something to do with siblings. So healing relationship with siblings. It's like I'm seeing two sisters here, so that could just be for one or two of you out there. Let's have a look at the Astro Dice for September for the air signs. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius for September. Moon, family, Virgo, Scorpio, third house, which is the Gemini house. There's a lot of intensity around family issues. There could be something around, for some people, selling a home or relocating or looking into that. The third house is important communications about practicalities and finances with the Virgo and the Scorpio. It can be emotionally, you're feeling a little bit intense at certain times this month. Some emotional ups and downs with the moon in Scorpio. The advice there would be focus on your routine, your well-being, your exercise, your mental health, and the stability of those things. So that's what I'm getting. So that was the reading this September for you guys. Like I said, if you'd like to order a personal reading, the links are below for my website. The turnaround time is roughly 2 weeks. When I'm really busy, you know, it depends. I'll let you know if you order. It might be a bit less than that. But I'm usually pretty booked out, and it does usually take me 2 to 3 weeks. What else? And join me on Patreon if you're interested in extra content, learning about the full moons and eclipses that are coming up. We've got eclipse season coming up in October. I'm going to be making videos on that. There's lots of stuff on my Patreon. You can choose what tier you want to join, but I'd love to see you there. And I upload about 4 to 5 videos a month, depending. Have a great month, everyone. Thank you for being there. Here, not there. And please do remember to subscribe. My channel has, you know, been growing at such an incremental rate. I really don't think many people see these videos. If you think anyone's interested, feel free to share them, share the videos, or share them on the head video with someone who's interested in astrology, tarot, that kind of thing. and have a great month. I'll talk to you next month. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.